Alright, welcome YouTube. This is Warrior 17. It looks like there will be an episode 5. It's giving us the option to reinforce right and attack Burners Hill in the evening, which I don't even know where that is. Or we must be careful not to overextend our forces and simply hold. They want us to fall back south, protect these ridges again against attack. Well, that's what the briefing says. Holding this hill allows us to stream reinforcements coming from the north and exert our influence over Wolf's Hill and Culp's Hill. It's risky because it is open terrain. That's interesting. They seized a hill and we're being serious risk of being flanked. Well, I don't know. I don't know that we need to mess with that. Why not just defend again? Let them attack again in the evening or the day, whatever it is. I mean, we've done, our strategy so far has been to defend and let them attack, which is what the Union did. They did not attack, and I think we should continue with that. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or whatever it is you drink, and we shall do another battle. We outnumber them amazingly again. Wow. That's 20,000 troops that we outnumber them with. And they're only bringing up another 5,000, so 15,000 we're going to outnumber them. This should be a slaughter. We'll pause it here real quick. And even though we defeated them up here summarily, I guess we fell back. Which, you know, that's not unheard of. Wow. Look at all this artillery. So this will be kind of like a Pickett's charge again. Let's see what we're going to do here. If we hold basically right where we are, would not be a bad place to hold. Bring these cannons up to the top of these ridges. If we bring them up here, about like so, we can just about stay where we are. Bring Graham up here to hold this. Oh yeah. Zork right here. There's the Irish Brigade. Just back these cannon up just a little bit. Bring Brooke in here to help reinforce Stanford. And then I've got these guys, which I want to move here. I will put Ward here. That means we got to hold this hill, which isn't going to be too hard, I don't think. And I'll just, like this diamond formation, that'll work for me. I'm going to back Reynolds up to this road. Move Smith forward a little bit. Move Hickman forward a little bit. Von Gilsa forward. Put Biddle right here in the middle. That worked out well. Move these cannons forward. These cannons forward. And first regular artillery reserve. That is a lot of artillery that needs to go right on top of that hill. Look at that, 445. And second, our Connecticut heavy battery. Let's move them on top of that hill too. That will just rain down all kinds of fun on them. Lots of artillery over here, so they're going to be attacking here quite a bit. I think I will just leave Smith right there because I've got plenty of reinforcements that can come up here and fill these gaps. And I think you guys are probably going to be needed this direction. And let's see what happens. So this is the 3rd of July, so what we did is they attacked all morning, we backed up, and now they're prepared to attack on the 3rd, so this will basically be quote unquote Pickett's charge. As you see all this artillery moving forward. That's why I gotta move my artillery back. Otherwise it's out, it's exposed, it'll be destroyed. And this is gonna be, look at that, this will be a huge artillery battle. Crank up the sound, I'll talk little here to start with. We'll just enjoy some artillery. Yeah, that's fun. You're just moving artillery right on top of us. That is one cool thing about this game. That sound. That is really close. No, well, Pickett's division is marching in, so this is Pickett's charge. Interesting. Well, now the question is, where is he going to attack from? Is it going to be up here or here? My guess is, because this is Pettigrew in them, so this is Pickett's divisions here. So, need to get our men up, get them ready to rock and roll. Coster, move. Bucktail, move. This is that famous artillery barrage prior to Pickett's charge. If you turn the sound up on this, you can definitely hear all the cannon fire. It is impressive. Now you got this huge artillery battery up here. They don't stand a chance coming across the hill here. Yep, there's Kemper. Yeah, these are Pickett's men here. Wilcox, Kemper. So, we'll see if history repeats itself. Davis, Perrin, these guys are so worn out. 2 days of fighting, it's going to be tough for them to do much of anything. Oh yeah, here they come. They're lining up. The town's going to be just... If this was realized, this town would just about be leveled. All this artillery is going to be firing into here. Von Gilsa just not happy having to fight after days of fighting. Biggest charge may actually... There's Armistead. It may actually attack right here. I don't see it succeeding though. Start firing into these men. That's how I want them to fire into men. I don't need an artillery exchange right now. Fire into the men. Yep. Stanford's gonna have to meet Armistead. Sheldon's having a hard time firing across some of these positions here. Alright, so now with this pretty well wiped out, I'm going to push Zook, Arnold, Brown to support against Armistead's attack. He just kind of stopped there in the field, which not going to be too good for them. This is just stalled completely. Look at this. This town would be leveled. Garnett, Kemper, Armistead. What's left of the other one? Armistead is the unit that on Pickett's charge actually made it to the stone wall, which you might be able to see here. No, I think it's further south of town. No, this stone wall right here. The Union lined up here, and from this tree line, they marched all the way across this hill. And Armistead's men made it to the center, and the target was this clump of trees in the center of the quote-unquote Union line. Or it might have been this clump of trees, but either way, Armistead did make it to the wall. They made it across the wall. They actually turned some of the cannon and began firing back into the Union troops, but the Unions had plenty of reserves right in this area. They just simply moved up, and there were so many men dead on the battlefield after having to walk that long distance under all that artillery fire that even though they did get there, it just didn't matter. It was too much. So, and if I remember correctly, I believe Armistead was gravely wounded and wound up in Hancock's. I believe Hancock's surgeon tended to him, but I think Armistead did die in that battle. I cannot remember exactly. My memory is not what it used to be. Yeah, there's nothing here that even concerns me. I think I'll move this big. Not him. Where's that big? Oh, this one. Yeah, I'll move this bigger one with the bigger artillery over here, just for fun. See if we can't get them to fill in this gap right here and fire away. Armistead's men are breaking up. Move Cushing's men forward. Get these cannons just pour into them as best they can. Sheldon just seems unable to fire. Let me move him. There you go. Now I think you can shoot at him. Armistead showed up with over 1,900 men, already down to 1,700, and are being absolutely taxed. Now they're about to come in the rifle range, and they're being fired at from so many different positions. They just don't stand a chance. Not a coordinated attack by the AI. Those Neal's men are, get even close to that artillery. Needed a Gordon. $16.89 now. Armistead is just being pummeled. Pickett's men are cannon fodder now. Really all they are. I believe this will probably end the battle. I don't know if there'll be more of July 3rd or not, but This is all the Confederates have left. Now this is what the Confederates unfortunately did face on day 3. They were severely outnumbered at this point. They had more cannons, but again the Union cannons are better overall. And as they fired off that huge artillery barrage, what the Union did is they had cannons all through here, especially up on Cemetery Ridge, ready to just pepper anything that came across this field. And as the Confederate artillery continued to pound in, they blew up a baggage car or two in this area that had ammo in it. So they saw big explosions and they thought they were having a great effect, but they really were not. And the Union forces, in order to save ammo, began to turn off or tell their batteries, stop shooting, save your ammo for when the infantry come. So they did, and so as these cannons stopped firing, the command of the Confederate began to think that they were having a greater effect. Their bombardment was so devastating to the Union center. Because you remember, most of their forces were still sitting down here to the left, little round top, big round top, and they assumed that they were very weak in the center to begin with. They had that big hook that came up through here, and they thought, we'll blast through the center. Well, when they saw those cannons, it's down to 1,500 men now. When they saw the cannons stop firing, they thought that it was having such an effect on them that they were now free to charge across the field, and that their artillery had basically demoralized and destroyed what was left of the Union center, and it had not. Instead, as soon as Pickett and them started moving across that field, the cannons that were just sitting and waiting began to open up on them and fired on them for 2 straight miles as they walked across this field, and it was absolutely devastating. Alright, this huge artillery unit is now here. Get Smith to come up here and help cover them. And now we'll see what 445 cannons can do to these men. Let's have them fire into Kemper. They're on auto, so they'll pick whatever shell they need. And there they go. Yeah, this is a massacre at this point. Garnett never did do much of anything. Now he's walking in column across the face of artillery, and his numbers will plummet because of it. Pettigrew, who's been strong this whole time since the very beginning, still with 1,200 men, but if he attacks, that will change dramatically. Like I said, I do enjoy this game because of the replayability. I have played the Union twice. This is my 3rd time playing them, and this is the first time I've actually had a quote-unquote Pickett's charge and or in this particular position. Several other times I was way back here trying to defend, and the Union or the Confederates had all of this. Where I'm at now, that's where the Confederates were, and I was outnumbered on day 3 on both of those occasions. So this is completely different. But then again, on the other ones, I attacked. I was doing a lot of attacking, and this one decided I just wanted to try and defend like the Union did. And you see the result of it. Definitely the way to play the Union. Now down to 1,400 men, so he's lost over 300 men, and he hasn't even come close to my lines yet. I'm gonna put pressure on him from the side. He will not like that. He gets right there. That's as close as he gets. McPherson's Ridge, what's left, the southern end of it. That's as close as he can get. Just too much cannon up here. Garnett now has stopped, and attempted to put pressure here. They're firing in our artillery. And they're going to do some damage to some of this artillery, because this is all just artillery on this corner right here. I'll move a Bucktails brigade to kind of take the pressure off of all this artillery. Move up Coster as well. Push him off so I don't have artillery so exposed here. And they're down into 900s already. Dropping fast. Armistead is still coming forward. This time he doesn't like my flanking maneuver, which I didn't think he would. And we're just going to have all these units now start attacking Armistead. Lots of artillery up here. I'll just put pressure on him. Yep. That's pretty much the end of Armistead and his charge, as Pickett said. When General Lee told him to look to his division, he responded to General Lee at the end of the charge. He was retreating. General, I have no division. Much is going to be the same today. Weed and Brooke will now try and push Mahone off the field, and I'll continue to sweep up. And these guys will probably run once they get up here and face Kemper, but we'll push them anyways. No sense just sitting here now. We outnumber them greatly. And it is time to tell the Southerners to go back home. Battle is delayed, surprisingly. I mean, they're not even close to taking a victory point, so I don't know why it's delayed, but hey, more men that will unfortunately not make it home. Mahone is not happy now. And now I'm just going to tell everybody to attack Kemper directly. There's some artillery up there that's not happy about something. That is a lot of artillery. They just not much left. I don't see Lane. If I saw Lane, I'd go on for an all-out charge, but I don't see him. My nemesis of day 1 and day 2. Let's advance. 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 Bring these artillery up. Bring them up. And fire off into those. Grab all these guys. Attack Hempner. Push forward. Attack Ross. Get these guys to just start blasting this artillery off the ridge here. I don't think there's anything left to attack here, but we'll keep pushing. The battle's closing out now. Pettigrew flashing, sitting way back here. They are demoralized, to say the least. Excuse me. Yeah, Kempner has actually left the whole field now, so. Or not Kempner, but Armistead. I don't even see him. I imagine he's completely gone now. Let's continue to fire. Can you even shoot them from there? Or do you need to be here? Come on out. We can get them. Move these guys up here as well. Oh, there's Mahone. Shoot Mahone. Shoot Kempner as he retreats. Continue to shoot Ross. Oh yeah, that'll make Mahone happy. And just keep pushing. Well, history did wind up repeating itself overall. Not a good outcome for the Confederate Army. If this was, and I really do wish this game was a campaign mode. This, combined with having to get together resources, raise up troops, being able to fight across the entire map with bad casualties that carry over, this would be a great format, a great game. I'd pay $50 for in a heartbeat, because campaign mode is where I have the most fun in playing games, and this particular style of battle. Granted, I can't get up and see close-ups of the troops, and I'm okay with that, because it's not about me. Like Total War series, you know, you can see the troops all up close, and it is nice and enjoyable, but how often I don't spend much time down in there looking at the troops. Spend most of my time up here in levels about like this, trying to fight the tactical battle, and that's what this is about. And so, oh, there's Armistead. He didn't quite leave. And so, I'm okay with this level of detail, because that's where you need to fight it anyways. You need to be at that level in order to basically run your campaign and fight battles on a tactical level, which is what I want to do. So I would really love to see this turn into a campaign at some point, and that would be extremely enjoyable. I'd probably have a ton of Let's Play from that. So here we see they lost 6,538 men. Pickett's charge was a complete disaster. We lost basically 3,000 men, and nothing changed hands. And I don't think anything will happen. The Battle of Gettysburg has ended. Yep, outcome: triumphant victory versus the offensive AI. We had 55,000 victory points. They only had 9,250. They lost 28,277 men. I lost 13,198 men. Not exactly it's over 2 times, so it would have been 26, so more than 2 times the casualties for the Confederates. And what I'll have to do is play this again as the Confederates and make the Union very defensive and see if I can push them out. And it says, "Congratulations, General, you crushed the rebels and won the Battle of Gettysburg. Your name will be on the lips of every Northerner, and you'll be written in history in gold. Our victorious Army of the Potomac can now march to Virginia and finish this war. President Lincoln sends his compliments and is expected to congratulate you in person." Well, that's nice. And you made us all proud today, sir. Okay, so I get to shake the hand of President Lincoln, which makes me happy. And now that will end this playthrough, and then I will start the Southern campaign as soon as I can. We'll get these uploaded and look forward to swapping sides and putting on a gray coat, just like reenacting, which I used to do a little bit of. So at one point you wear one coat and then you put on the other one. So thank you so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and you have a wonderful day.